All right, hey guys, it's David again. There was a couple things that I forgot to mention on my survival kit video. For those of you that watched that long, elaborate series that was supposed to be like two parts, but there's a couple things I forgot to mention, and as well as some information that I was incorrect on that I found out after reading further survival forums and websites. So I wanted to clear that up so that I wasn't giving you guys misguided information. The piece of misguided information that I gave you guys was the first rule of three, about 3 minutes. While it is in reference to oxygen, it also actually is in reference to any life-threatening bleeding as well. If you go 3 minutes without oxygen, or 3 minutes of having a life-threatening bleeding injury going on, you cut your femoral artery or something like that, or your carotid artery in your neck here, you most likely will die if you don't stop that bleeding or get oxygen within those 3 minutes. So I wanted to clear that up, that it's not just oxygen, but it is also in reference to life-threatening bleeding as well. So one of the reasons why I have that QuikClot in my kit is to be able to stop that life-threatening bleeding within that 3 minute period. All right, and another thing here, let me get it out for you guys. Actually, I have my survival kit here with me, as well as you can see my neck kit around my neck. In the spirit of survival kit and having your stuff with you, I did that. But let me get out my little battery operated glow stick slash flashlight slash whistle I showed you guys. I had mentioned that I thought it was by a company called Life Gear. I was correct in that. I looked it up. It's Life Gear, Lifegear. Just go to google.com and type Life Gear, 2 words, into the search engine, and their website will be at the top of the list, and you'll be able to look at all that stuff. So it's made by Life Gear. It's just called the Life Gear Glow Stick. Again, great piece of gear to have. I recommend anybody that's going to be spending any amount of time in the woods have that piece of gear. It's for all the different uses it has. It's pretty much invaluable. Now, one of the things that I had forgotten to mention in my last video was keeping your kit small. I know mine's actually pretty big compared to what a lot of people would consider an ample survival kit, but this kit is set up so that it can be worn either around my waist with a pack on, which I'm actually about to show you guys right now. Put this thing on here. Put it around the front. Just got to get these straps tightened up here. Put this thing around the front here. And then take your pack and you put it on. Put the waist belt for the pack underneath your survival kit, and as you can see here, I've got my pack on and my survival kit, and it's not in the way. It's right up front here. You know, the weight of it's being supported by the waist belt for my main pack here, and you know, I can sit here and lift my legs way up and it doesn't get in the way. So it's a lot narrower than, you know, your standard kind of, you know, day hike trail runner fanny pack, so it doesn't get in the way a lot. As well as, if I undo this thing here, I can also loosen up the straps completely, and, you know, of course, if I was, you know, on a day hike or whatever and I went with it, I could wear it around my waist, but I can also do this thing with it right here and just have it slung across my back like that, and it's not around my waist at all. I'm free to, you know, move around, whatever. It's kind of nice having that option. So that's why I went with a military butt pack like this, even though it is quite big and it holds a whole lot of stuff. You know, it's still compact enough to be able to use in conjunction with my main pack as well. It's on its own. Another reason that I put it in the fanny pack is with a strap like that is so I could carry it on its own. A lot of people make the mistake of just throwing their survival kit in any old pouch and then tossing it in their pack. Well, here's why that's a bad idea to do that. What happens if you lose your pack? The whole point of a survival kit is to have the survival stuff in lieu of losing your pack and not having anything else to survive with. So I see a lot of people, they put it just inside their main pack. Well, if you're crossing a river and all of a sudden you start to go under because the undercurrent swept you up, and the only chance of you surviving and not heading into a horrible rapid section, you know, and probably dying is to take off your pack and try and scramble out of that water. If that's the only way for you to survive, then, but you're, you know, and that's fine, you survive and get out of that. But if your survival kit's in your pack, now you don't have your pack, you don't even have your survival kit, unless maybe you've done something like this that I have around my neck that gives you enough to just barely survive. But it's useless if it's sitting in your pack that's now floating down a river, or, you know, that fell down a ravine or something. You know, you were taking it off for a break at the top of a mountain, and it, you know, accidentally bumped it with your leg or something, and now it's tumbling down a cliff face. You know, there's a lot of what if situations that probably won't ever happen, but the whole point of a survival is to take into account the what ifs. So if you have it separate like I do here, you know, to be able to be worn separately as well as in conjunction with your main pack, but still separate from it, then you're always going to have it, and you're always going to be able to have that stuff you need to survive. So that's just one of my personal philosophies. I know a lot of people don't do that. They just throw their survival kit in their pack. I personally think it's a bad idea, and that's my opinion. So I hope that was some good information for you guys. I covered everything I wanted to cover, a little bit longer yet again than I wanted it to be, but I wanted to make sure I get that stuff covered. And my opinion of having the kit separate from your pack covered. So, all right, guys, have a good day. For those of you that watch it, thanks. Bye.